Can I have a roll call, please, B?
Mr. Shaw?
Yes, President.
Mr. Gallardi?
Here.
Mr. Delacorte?
Here.
Mr. Haas?
Here.
Mr. Casella?
Here. So the first order of business tonight is the acceptance of the minutes from October 8th. I don't know if everybody got a chance to read the minutes.
We did. We did.
Any changes at all?
No. It's fine.
Okay, can I have a motion to accept the minutes?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
Can I have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. It is accepted. First item on the agenda tonight is a public hearing. It's appeal number 19-7687. It's for Tybor, and I apologize. Last name, Dariani Jr., seeking an area variance of 240-37, district regulations in R20 zoning, where 20 feet is required from the side. The applicant only provides 7 feet, thus looking for a 13-foot variance for an 8x12 deck. Props located at 24 Booth Boulevard and is identified by tax grid number 60560341539 in the town of Wappinger. I think, Tom, you want to say something quickly first?
Yes, I just wanted to say that, just to put on record that I'm neighbors with Tibby and Erica, and I just wanted to say that it wouldn't affect my decision at all.
Okay, perfect. Can I have a motion to open the public hearing, please?
I'll make a motion on the public
Can I have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, floor is yours, sir. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're looking for again, for any case there's somebody in the audience who'd like to speak for or against it?
So looking for an 8x12 deck to be put back on the house that was taken down 16 years ago. And that's it.
So previously you had a 9x12 deck, right?
Right.
You haven't had a deck since there, so what, 2013? Or sorry, 2003 rather?
2003.
Okay. All right, and there is a sliding glass door there, so there's
Yes.
about a 9.5-foot drop. Okay, so now you want to
Yes.
put it up there and?
Yes.
Okay, I got it. Has everybody had a chance to take a look at the property?
Yes.
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 Are there any questions for Mr. Tybor?
No.
No, appreciate it.
Okay. Anybody like to speak for or against this variance in the audience? Hearing none, can I have a motion to close the variance?
I'll make a
Or
motion
the-
to close
sorry,
the
public
public
hearing.
hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Can I now have a motion to either grant or deny the variance, please?
I'll make a motion to grant the applicant the variance, and I believe the benefit can be achieved by any other feasible means. Won't create any undesirable effects or detriment to the neighborhood. The request is substantial, however, but there'll be no adverse effects to the environmental effects to the neighborhood either.
Okay. Can I have a second on that, please?
Second.
Roll call, please. B?
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Gallardi?
Yes.
Mr. Delacorte?
Yes.
Mr. Haas?
Yes.
Mr. Casella?
Yes. So you're approved.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I think they have some paperwork.
So we'll
Yeah.
do the paperwork tomorrow, it'll be given to the building inspector.
B, you have some paperwork for Tapper? Okay. Take care of it now.
We'll get a call when the building permit's ready. Okay?
Take care. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Okay, next item on the agenda is appeal number 19-7688. It's Lisa Lear seeking the area variance of 240-37 and the district regulations in R40 zoning district. Where 25 feet to the side is required, the applicant will provide 20 feet, thus requesting a variance of 5 feet for an 8x38 deck. Props located at 7 Wilmore Clark is identified by tax credit number 62580284560 in the town of Wappinger. Can I have a motion to open the public hearing?
Motion to open the public.
Have a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Lisa, please tell us, the audience, why you like the deck and what you like to do with it, and I know you want to expand
I need
it.
it repaired because it's rotting,
Mm-hmm.
and since I have to repair it, I'd want it just a little bit wider. It's the full length of the house, that's why it's 38 feet, but, because there's 2 doors, back door and the front door, but I just want it a little wider so it's actually usable, because you really can't put anything on it, except maybe a chair. You can't have,
Yeah, so I think we all were out there to take a look at the property and
Yes.
and the deck. So it's about 5.3, I guess, wide. You want to make it another 3 feet or so it's more usable.
yeah, and it's still not going to be that wide,
Okay.
but I don't need it massive either.
Same length, nothing changed, just the width is going to change? Okay. All right. Any questions? Anybody like to speak for or against this in the audience? Seeing everybody wants to speak up, can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, can I now have a motion to either grant or deny the variance?
I'll make a motion to grant the variance. The benefit cannot be achieved by any other means feasible to the applicant. There's no undesirable change in the neighborhood or to nearby properties. The request is not particularly substantial. It will not have an adverse physical or environmental effect, but it is self-created.
Okay. Can I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Can I have a roll call, please, Beeb?
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Mr. Galati?
Yes.
Mr. Delacorte?
Yes.
Mr. Haas?
Yes.
Mr. Casella?
Yes. You're approved. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The building department will give you a call in a few days once it's ready.
All right, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Okay, next on the agenda tonight is appeal number 197686, Anthony Bettini, seeking the area variance of 240-37. District regulation is an R40 zoning, where no accessory structure is permitted in the front yard. The applicant is requesting a variance to allow for an in-ground pool, a hot tub, and water feature in the, I thought the water feature is in the backyard. It says front
It's in the
still.
back, yes.
Yeah, so we should probably correct that. Property is located at 7 Carmel Heights and is identified by tax grid number 625-804-772-231 in the town of Wappinger. Can I have a motion to open the public hearing, please?
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Can I have a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, before we start, I'm going to recuse myself from this application.
Okay. All right. Mr. Giuliano, please.
Okay. I guess we all made the site visits.
Yes.
Yes.
So everything was looked at. I mean, how's it look? I mean, do you think it would go, because we have the hardship, as you know, the hardship was the water in the back. I think everybody's seen that. You know, there was loads of water in the back. In fact, we walked back there the second visit with Mr. Shah, and so that was soaked, you know, the water soaked. So the problem is the water, and that's the hardship for having the pool in the front of the house. And that's what I'd like to do, you know, is to do it for my client and get it there as depicted on the plan that we all have. Is there any feeling about that? I mean, I'm open.
Yeah, I had discussion with your neighbor, which is across the street, Dr. Wick, and they had strong objection having in the front, so especially from my house, I can see everybody walking around. So they had strong objection. So I mentioned to them about the meeting, and they said, yes, they most likely will come. I don't see them here.
No, I talked to him.
Right,
The one right across the street?
Yeah, Dr. Wick, number 4, I believe.
Directly across,
Yes.
Mr. Shah,
Right.
correct? Yes. He came up, and I spoke to him and his neighbor behind him as well.
Uh-huh.
And
Behind him, no?
there's one house that they did behind
Different street.
a different street.
Okay, I see.
Okay?
Right.
And
Yeah.
after we told them what we were gonna do, you know, how the pool was gonna go in, and then we'd have to go with a, you know, wrought iron fence. That's because I guess we couldn't use the wall.
Yeah,
He
right.
liked the idea of the wall, but that's not gonna work. You know, the high wall, remember we discussed that?
Right, yeah.
So he has no problem with it. And I said, please come and talk for us, you know? He said, I can't get here either way, but I did see him.
I saw them on a Sunday night.
Okay, and I seen them, that was on Saturday.
Sorry, oh, I
So you
see.
seen them
Sunday.
after me?
Yeah, yes, right.
Really?
Sunday
Okay.
night, yeah, Sunday night.
That's the gentleman right across,
I don't know right across or not because it was night time, but he's a number 4 Carmel Heights.
yeah. We had
he's
two
a
gentlemen come
Dr.
and
Wick.
both came up to the property. I had Rick Bettini there.
Oh, I see.
It was, I'll tell you exactly what time it was. So I guess we had the site visit at 0900 last Saturday?
Yeah,
That's correct.
Yeah, that
Correct.
mean,
And then after that, I went on an inspection. I had to do an inspection, so it was about
Yeah.
3 hours.
Right.
And I went away to do the inspection. Then I called, actually Rick called me and asked him, hey, how did everything work out with the board?
Oh.
You know, the second visit. And I told him everything we discussed.
Yeah, all right.
And then I says, but I would like to come back on the property at that time, you know, if you don't mind. I said, his fiancee there and,
Oh.
his Margie and him were there. And I asked him, would you meet me, could I meet you there? And he said, yes. So I came back from my inspection in Poughkeepsie, went back there, and that was probably 9, 10, 11, 12. maybe about 1330 in that neighborhood. So at that point, then we were up there marking the pool out again, you know, maybe repositioning a little bit.
Right,
And
yeah.
I'll show you what we did. Then them two people came up. And there was two, not one, but two. I believe if it was the guy in front of us, he didn't say he was the doctor, but he's, I'm right in front of you, and I like to know what you're doing.
all right.
Is he like, not chubby, but stocky guy?
He had a turbine on head,
Had what?
a turbine.
Turban.
Or hat or whatever.
Turban it.
Oh, a turban. No, he didn't have a turban.
Right, no,
Oh, I got
that's
the
the
wrong
person.
guy.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I
That's
got the
person,
wrong
right.
guy. That's not him then.
That's
But the guy from across the street said he had no problem with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and because you're not going to see the pool with the, as I showed you, the
No, I
elevation.
mentioned that one, and he said, not the pool, but people walking around. But I heard I will see them clearly.
But what would be an
So
all?
that was the.
So let's just kind of, let's kind of bring this thing back together here, because
Okay.
we're kind of going off on a tangent
Yeah,
here.
no, I-
So
okay.
what we talked about when we saw you on Saturday, Shalice and I, we talked about the white pole, we talked about moving the hot tub behind the white pole, and moving potentially the pool up on the swell.
Okay,
That's what we talked about,
Right.
far enough away from the drain.
all right.
I didn't get a chance to talk to my colleagues about our idea here, but certainly I agree that having the pool, it being in the front, I think other neighbors can see it.
All
I
right.
think that even if you put up a fence or whatever you talked about, a clear fence, I mean, people are going to be able to see it. I think if you put it more back on the side of the yard, right, I think that's where
Above the
you're gonna be able-
swale, above the swale.
Huh?
Above the swale, like
Yeah,
we
above the
discussed.
swale, that's correct. So when we talked about the drain on the side of your property, of Rick's property, we said if we go up on the swale a little bit, cut it out a little bit, that might be the spot for
Right.
it. This way, you're kind of not in the front yard, you're kind of even with the side of the house, and I think it's a little more easier to sell with, not only the neighbors, but
But we-
also, we don't want to set a precedent as we
No,
talked
I
about.
understand. Okay, so let me tell you what we came up with. I did take
Okay.
that into advisement, and we looked at, a different, if I could just bring you the plan, I'll show you what I
Absolutely.
did.
Yeah.
Let me just bring you the plan.
Then you guys have a comment you'd like to make? I know I kind of spoke for the boiler, but is something else you
No,
saw?
I support the discussion to move it out of the front yard.
Okay.
See, I'm ready, right?
You are. You are.
I got one more. You want to look at with me, B? Because I have, oh, no, I don't, B. I have another one. I'm sorry.
I do have a question, though. This is gonna be for Barbara.
Okay.
The question is, the front of the house is going to be the entryway?
Yes.
So if you look at this plan, to the right of the front of the house, it juts forward like a bow window type of issue there. So I would measure from the front of that wall across, that's the front yard.
Yeah.
And anything behind that would be considered the side.
That would be
Correct.
very acceptable.
So I thought we were looking at, there's like a patio on the side there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's exactly in that same spot, but it's certainly behind the white post.
Right, it is.
And I think if you put it where the patio was kind of on the side there and you went back, I think you would consider that the
right.
side yard.
All right.
That's kind of what we were looking
No,
at.
I agree, Al. So if you would look at the plan, and you could see, that's exactly what we did, and what Barbara's saying is that other bump out, so we're behind that bump out. And here's my problem. After we did that, when I looked at the property line, we did not, now we're gonna have to get a sight line variance. Before we did not.
Yes, right.
You see? And it's not gonna be up alley, like we spoke about, that's gonna be on the hill. That would be zero lot line, a couple of feet. So if you look at the plan, we pulled it more towards the house and the side yard, which I don't need a variance for the side yard, but I need it for,
Well, wait a second. According to this plan, the pool is 11.8 from the side,
correct.
and you're in an R40, you need 25 feet.
That's-
You will require the variance to the side.
That's exactly correct.
And where is the hot tub now?
Took it away.
They're not gonna
It's
put a
gonna,
hot tub
it's gonna
in?
be, it will be a portable, brought out and brought in and put on the side, so we don't have to dig it in.
Okay, so let's define portable. Is he taking it out every night and bringing it in?
Not every night,
Well,
no.
then it needs a permit,
Well, but we could put it on the sideline,
as long as you meet the 10 feet in.
sure.
Okay,
And
I
not in
guess-
the front yard.
Excuse
And
me?
not in the front.
And not in the front
Not in the
yard.
front yard.
So,
where does the hot tub?
Well, wait a second now. Wait a second. If I put yeah, it'll work. It'll work.
So why
It'll
don't you
work.
just come up here real quickly and kind of show us so we're all on the same page here?
Can I walk up around here?
Eddie, right up here. Show us tell us where you want
Okay, so where the other tub, where the other one was here, you have the other map, you could see
yeah,
it?
the pool would be here, and the
Right.
hot tub was over
Right,
here.
now what I did was, I took, after we spoke,
Okay.
I moved the hot tub this way. First I tried, look, I'm gonna be very honest with you.
Well, I know you moved it a little bit.
Yes,
You'd already moved it once
Right.
from when we
But-
saw the original plan, so you
Right.
showed us that already. Did you
Okay.
move it again?
No, this you didn't see.
No, but we saw that you moved it from the original plan. We
Back.
got to the house, you moved it back. a little.
Yes.
That was the hot tub.
Hot tub.
So
Hot
the
tub
hot
was
tub
moved
stayed
right,
within the
but
10
not
feet.
swimming pool at
What I
that
didn't
point.
wanna do was have sightline changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
You mean sideline?
Sideline changes. So what ended up happening was, now the pool was here, right here.
Right.
And it was more to this side to give me that 30 feet that it had, which was more than sufficient. So what we did was, I met with Patini's, like I told you, when I came back, after we discussed
Right,
it.
yeah.
And I said, let's move this back here, so now if you come back to the property line, you see the pool here. But,
Where's the white, so this is the white post right here?
that's the white
Right,
post.
okay.
But
And this
his,
is the part of the house, so
right.
this is the most
This
forward part
is
of
the
the
most
house.
forward
So
part
if
of
you
the
went
house.
straight across, you're behind the.
Right.
Oh, way behind.
Okay.
But here's my concern, is this now, because what we thought,
The secondary question, but
yeah,
yes. right.
so if you could give me a variance on this, basically 15 feet, right? A little less, really. but
Yeah,
14 and change.
14 and change.
Yep.
Then I'm good with it, we'll do it here, and the hot tub we'll put over here, we'll get a permit, we'll do everything through the building department.
Where are you
And-
pointing, over here for the hot tub?
No, right here. See, the problem here is, Bob, is that that back behind the house, this is a water swale.
Right.
And it goes all the way here. That's the
Yes.
problem. The whole area
Yes.
is
So is this
wet.
not gonna be up on the, is this gonna now be up on the swell, so
No.
you're gonna take it out or no?
It's not gonna be up as well, it's gonna be in here, so what I have to do now is not only re-swale this,
Yeah.
but I also gotta bring a grate, I'm gonna put a grate here, that's why I'll put the hot tub back here, by the grate, but I can't leave the hot tub there. You know, that hot tub cannot stay, so, but it can't be brought in every night either.
Well, so the temporary means you bring it in. So if you're putting a structure with water in the yard and it's gonna be there for the season,
This season.
it's almost like these temporary pools that you buy in Target. They still need a pool permit. You still
Sure.
have to meet all the setbacks and
Right.
all the New York State code. Where are you putting the mechanicals for the pool?
The me-
I'm sure there's gonna be a heater.
Now, let me ask you a
filters.
question, the mechanicals for the pool, that's a good question, and I have a couple of ideas, but do we need setbacks for the mechanicals?
No, but they have to be, so
So
when
what I
you're
was
done
thinking
with this.
is, you know, right over here is them trees?
Yep.
Yeah,
I was gonna put, right here, I was gonna
So
put
you're
in
gonna
the
put the
trees.
electrical and everything else?
Right in
over
that
there?
trees, and that's the end of it. That was my plan.
And the heater?
The heater too. You know, it's to be exposed, the heater, but it'll be, you know, and it will be hidden.
As long as
Yeah.
it's
We'll put bushes
behind
around it.
that line of the
Set.
house.
Yes, it'll be, Barbara, it'll stay
Set
well
appro-
behind, you see how far?
So when you, if and when this is granted and you come in, you need a grading permit. On the grading permit, it has to be a survey as-built showing the fence, the gates,
We'll do all of that.
and I'm just
Yeah,
putting
no.
this on the record, and all the mechanicals have to be shown.
Yes, as long as you understand the mechanicals will be here, is that gonna be okay?
They should be
Yeah,
five,
that should
they
be
have,
fine
they
over there.
have to be 5 feet off the property.
Is that
for
a
fire
propane heater?
separation.
Is that a propane heater?
Yes.
Where's the
Where's the tank?
propane? That has
We'll
to
bury
be
it.
At 10 feet off the property.
Well, wait a minute, you know, some burying it might be a problem, I gotta think about that. I gotta
Propane's not usually buried,
I got a real,
Yeah.
no,
right?
well, we bury
can.
tanks all the time.
You talking
I'm
about
concerned
tank or
about
natural gas?
LP.
All right,
Okay.
so all of
Propane,
this has,
propane.
so the tank has to
If it's
be
a
10
tank, it's
feet off the
propane.
side.
Yeah, yeah.
And 5 feet
Yeah,
for
we
the
do that, we do that all the
mechanicals.
time. Well, it's off, here's how the law reads, the NFPA 58, I do this all the time, is 10 feet off the buildable property line.
But the zoning says 10 feet off the side.
But, well, the NFPA 58 don't
maybe
favor
both.
us. I'm bending a lot now, I'm trying to move this
The
back.
NFPA is for everywhere.
Right.
Zoning for Wappingers is just Wappingers. So
Well,
here
then
you have to be
then I
10
would,
feet.
I would wanna put a tank, and I would need a variance for the tank off the line then, if I was gonna put the tank on the line, you know, on the line, and that would, because the building, this building lot is 50 feet
Right, but
off
you
the
need,
line.
so even if it was a shed, you need fire separation, so on
Yeah,
the
we could have-
mechanicals, it's 5, on the propane, it needs to be 10
10.
feet in.
But-
From
but-
ignition sources too.
For ignition, but there's gonna be, we'll keep it 10 feet away from the heater.
I
Yeah,
hope
Well,
so.
But
whatever
it's in
the-
the ground, though. We do this all the time, this whole living.
You're, you got enough hose to reach from the truck, which is here?
Well, you know
here,
something?
or-
I
How
don't
they
know.
gonna
You know,
come up,
that's-
tank
how they
over
gonna
here?
come
You
up
know,
this wall?
maybe, you might be 100% correct that we might not have enough hose, to be honest with you. So we may have to maybe put it someplace else and won't even affect the line. You know what I mean, from the ground.
I think
That-
you'd be able to find a spot for that.
Yeah,
without
without
having
a variance. I think you're right. Now that I look at this, I'm thinking about the equipment, but the tank can never work there.
Yeah,
No.
Because it's too far. You hit it right in the head, thank you.
yeah.
So I'm on the business, but I forgot the distance.
You could run
You
a
know, It's
line.
120 feet is the distance. And then in here, yeah, so this here is about, what, 131 feet.
So what does he need to do? Does he need to redo anything in the paperwork
So,
here?
so if you're all in agreement,
Yeah.
the public hearing notice was for the front yard only. So if you want to use this plan, I will deny it tomorrow in the office. I have to change the denial from a front yard variance to a side yard variance to the pool. And then if you want to set the public hearing for November 12th, based on this plan,
We could do that.
then B and me can do the public hearing notice tomorrow.
enough.
I'll give her the information.
Fair enough.
And then you can pick it up tomorrow afternoon or Thursday and we'll move forward.
So the tank and the mechanicals and all that stuff
The
is
tank,
not part
the
of,
mechanicals we'll put here.
you
but
can't
the
get a
tank looks like
variance for any of that, so that's no bearing on.
5 feet is
You can
fire
just put behind the
separation.
wall.
Yeah,
regardless of
So,
what he
won't
wants.
see
That's-
that.
so he just has to do,
He's
And
got,
the
he's
pro-
got to figure out how to take care of the mechanically, not only the tank, but also the
Right.
pump and everything else. He's
So-
got to figure out how to fit all that in.
yeah, otherwise, but you can't get a variance for that, for the tanks and the pumps and
The tank I'm
everything.
not worried about.
You
But I-
gotta-
I think what we just discussed was, I'll move the tank someplace
He'll have to
else.
find somewhere, he knows the mechanicals have to be 5 feet off the property.
Okay.
Right.
So that's something you can deal with when you get the grading permit.
Do you think, we can get a variance for mechanicals to, on the property line?
No, there's
No?
fire separation.
Yeah.
There's no, what, you mean on the,
You have to be off the property line 5 feet.
but there's not buildable property
Doesn't
line for
matter.
50
Doesn't-
feet.
yeah,
It
doesn't
doesn't
make a
matter,
difference.
it's 5 feet off the property, you gotta keep it on
But
your
that's what the
side, 5
NFPA
feet.
58, just don't respond to this, honestly, Bob.
But we don't
Different
want anything on
regulations.
the property
Is that-
line.
Different regulations.
We don't want
That's a
anything on the
Wappinger
property
regulation
line.
You're talking
Yeah.
about.
You remember, I'm an inspector too, guys, I inspect too. Okay, so, all right,
So,
no problem.
And
Well,
then
we'll
the
work
other
it out.
thing is the hot tub is now not on the variance anymore.
And that, don't, it's,
but it will be on the building permit, and as long as it's somewhere in this
10 feet
area
off the
that's
back.
10 feet off this
We're
back
good.
and side, I'm good.
Even though it's,
even if I,
Or
listen to this,
or
even if
whatever
I
it said.
follow that
They
line,
need
it's
a
gonna let-
permit, because every year it'll come back out.
right. Do I gotta get a permit every year or
No,
just?
no,
Okay,
one
all right.
time, but for the same spot. If next year he wants to, the following year, he decides to move it on the other side,
he's got to get on
he
the.
needs
Let
to
me
get
ask you,
another
let me
permit.
ask you a question. And I can't promise, I wanna ask you though.
Sure.
If I bury the, not only bury the house, but I put it in the ground,
The hot tub?
yeah, in the ground.
So it's like another in-ground pool.
So the
and it's
pool.
Small, but
Not
it's, but
here.
it's under 144 square feet, it's 56 square
It's
feet.
still
if you-
10 feet off the side, but
Yes.
then you'll, because it's buried, you have to add that to the grading permit and show it.
Okay, but would that be acceptable?
If you want to
Well,
bury
maybe
it and
this
it
won't be
meets
in the
all
way,
the
and we
code
won't
for
have to, we
burying
won't see it
one.
then. I mean, I'm willing to.
It doesn't
bring-
have to be
Sure.
25 feet, it only has to be 10.
No, it's under
It's,
144
it's
square.
under, it's 56 square feet, so
They're small.
it's
Yeah,
small.
so it's under the requirement of the 144.
Okay, I'm just what I said before, why this cannot be here? And then all those things putting aside or.
Well, here it's a high
And
grade
then-
anyway.
Yes, right, but that can be worked around.
no.
And then, right, that can work around, and
No,
from
it's-
here you can apply.
Problem is,
like
he's
this.
got a lot of water
I
back.
got, I
Yeah,
have, I have
drains.
drains
But they're
right,
underneath.
this is a sideline
This
situation.
is the water line, drain line, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then 6.
These,
So,
the
so
drains
pipeline
come,
is there.
the water comes through
Yes.
all through, you've seen it.
Yeah,
It comes
yeah.
all the way down, it comes across. and
No,
goes
he's
out,
got
and
the
there's a big-
retaining walls at the back
You were
here,
right
too,
about
so
this
all the
thing,
water's
there's
just
a
kinda
big drain.
draining down.
Ten
So
feet.
This is a natural, this
Right, I
is a
saw that
swale.
on
Yeah.
So the
Fine.
drainage
See it until I
course
went there
is
and
this
took
way,
the drain the second time.
right? So if you put something here, you block the drainage.
Right.
And then this won't drain. You know, just
Exactly.
pool here.
And let me say this, behind the house, it's level, and there's a basement. You've seen that, we'd have a flood here. This would be I'm a little concerned even with the swales, changing the swale might be a serious situation. I'm gonna get an engineer.
So you're going to need an engineer to
Yeah.
do the grading, because you're gonna have to show the topography at 2-foot
I
intervals.
will. That's,
So
that's for our benefit.
Well, once you show the topography at 2-foot intervals, that's going to show you and the engineer what you might have to do with the.
As far as the grading
We'll take care of that at that point.
Exactly, I go through the building department with that.
Right.
Yeah, but I just so you know, I'm gonna have to get an engineer to do that, because the swale is, if I make one mistake here, we're gonna flood this place.
Right, we need to see the elevation of the pool, we need to see the elevation of the whole property, so
Exactly.
that will get worked out at that
Yeah,
point.
I'll get
That'll be,
Patsy to do that.
that'll be
That's
part
fine.
of this grading permit. That's part of the grading permit.
Exactly.
Not part of the variance.
No, I know that. But I'm saying by having Patsy, by having Patsy, you'll put two birds with one stone, like a grade permit automatically. Okay? All right, perfect.
Okay, so the upshot is that next November the 12th, we're going to have another public hearing with a new,
Yeah, so we're gonna have,
Motion on that.
I'm sorry?
So you'll need a motion to set the public hearing based on the new plan dated, hold on one second.
1021.
Dated, yeah, October 21st.
October 21st?
Wait a second.
October
The
21st?
plan dated October
Okay.
21st to do a side yard setback with the pool being moved to the side. And then we'll do a public hearing notice that represents this plan, and that's what will be circulated to the neighbors and to the newspaper for the public hearing to be held
So
on
do
the
we need
12th.
to deny this particular variance?
No.
or-
No,
or we
he's
just-
altering it.
Okay.
Then I'll make a motion that we are going to set a public hearing for
November 12th.
November 12th to update the plan that is, update to the plan that is dated October 21st, 2019.
Fine.
Second.
Thank you.
Second.
And
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
So, I would adjourn, now I would make a motion to adjourn this public hearing to November
November
12th.
12th, okay.
Because you don't want to close it, because the people may still, there
Right,
may be
'cause you
somebody
wanna,
who
so we
comes out.
can open it up again. So
So-
can I have a motion
I'll
to
make a
adjourn it
motion to adjourn
till November
hearing
12th?
till November 12th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for working with
I
us,
think
we
that'll-
appreciate it.
I think that'll fix everything by doing that.
I think so too. Okay, thank you.
Yes, you have to speak to me tomorrow afternoon after we type up the public hearing notice.
Can I have a motion to adjourn
I'll make a motion.
the Board of Appeals meeting? Can I have a second? All in favor?
Come
Aye.
Thursday. They have to be mailed by
I don't think B
Saturday, so
caught
you
that.
need to come.